What's up, folks? It's Justin Charnell. Again, talking about this city by city campaign that I'm running, revamping it, switching things up because I realized I can't kind of like pitch these people or cold email them the same way I can cold email somebody that I know is using a similar service. I don't know, like basically, like kind of hashed out my thoughts on the board behind me. What I do know is that they're in the industry. They're in the industry. This is a professional organization. Like I think it's like $500 a year to be part of it. A couple seminars. This is not something that you would join just because you can. You do it because you are a professional. You're that step of your career. However, what I don't know is I don't know what role they play, what their kind of like what their hierarchy, as far as their hierarchy of their firm goes. I don't know if they're an owner. I don't know if they're 4 years out of school, 15 years into the career. I don't know that. I also don't know their firm size. It could be a one-person operation. It could be 1,000 plus. I don't know if they're hiring or not. So I have to kind of take that into consideration or not. And I just kind of thought of this. They could also be like retired at this point. They just want to be a part of this organization because this was their life for the last 30 years or whatever. So I don't know anything about these people that I'm sending this email to except that they are in the industry and a part of this professional organization. So the goal, I can't sit here and have the goal be to convert, get some signups, get some clicks to the website and all that. The goal is to create a conversation. And the why is that the goal is because it'll form a kind of like a sense of community. I was actually talking to a guy on the FastlaneForum.com. We're private messaging a little bit, and we're just talking back and forth, and he really just something he said really like gave me a really good idea or an idea because I was really just kind of struggling to figure out what this message was going to be. I was sending a modified version of the email I was sending to people that were already using a similar service, but it just doesn't work. So he brought up something kind of big, and that was feedback, asking for feedback. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be 100% honest with them. I'm just going to say, I found you using the Ohio membership directory for this organization. That's how I got your email. That's why I'm emailing you. Listen, I know you're a professional. You are, you have these credentials. I'm looking for feedback because I created this job board in your industry. You are a professional in your industry. I'm not. I'm not in your industry. Does everything look good? And kind of just thinking about it, like, okay, I'm starting off, I'm letting them know, like, hey, like, here's how I got in contact with you. Here's why I'm getting in contact with you. You have credentials. I want to just make sure what I have to offer is something that you could either use as a firm looking for somebody or you yourself looking for a new position. Kind of starting off just that gassing them up, so to speak. If somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, I saw your TED Talk, you're going to be interested. Because that means they actually know a little bit about you. I found these people because they're in this membership directory of this professional organization. I know enough about them just to throw that out there. Hey, I know who you are. And I know this organization is important in the industry. So it's kind of like how I might go about it. Basically just saying, yeah, I found you using this. Here's what I have. I'm just looking for feedback. If you would you use this? Have you used job board in the past? Any improvements I can make? Please let me know. And I guess we're going to take this a step further. The goal as far as the community and create a conversation is when you go to a job board, like if it's not a very super like city niched down kind of job board where you're going to find something for your city. If you go onto like a niche one, but it's nationwide or worldwide, you go on there, you find like 3 jobs for your in your location, and you have a city of 250 plus thousand people. That's kind of not really a red flag. It's more like just this isn't really worth it. We got a bunch of LA, we got a bunch of New York, but I'm talking about these smaller, they're still good sized cities. They're just smaller spots. Ohio, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Indiana, Louisiana, only because I just happened to stumble across their directory also. So kind of like, can I figure, if you kind of get that conversation going in one spot, And the guy I was talking to he brought up Groupon, how they just basically conquered one city at a time, conquered, so to speak. Let's get this conversation going, get a couple firms on board. Now that is the Cincinnati job board to go to for this industry. Or if you're in Cincinnati, okay, now Columbus, okay, Cleveland. And just kind of create that, I don't know, hyper-focused to the point where if you are a firm in Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, and you're not posting, you're doing it wrong. So that's basically what I'm trying to create here. So, peace.